Alright. Quick little build overview. This is decent. No +5. That's hella expensive. Rings are just mana and resistance. The percent mana is from an essence. This was like 1 or 2D. Pretty much just want the armor applies to elemental and then high base defense. Super good deal on this. I don't know how it was cheap, but it's worth a lot more. Same thing, just res and Ellie. I would prefer mana instead of life, but this is a pretty high ES glove with good suffixes. Pretty good belt. These could be a lot better. This is part of my next upgrade. It can get close to 300 ES instead of having mana on it, which would be pretty insane because of the iron slippers. This can go up to like 500 ES, but that's pretty expensive. So that's also another upgrade I'm looking for. Same thing with this. It could have mana on it, but it's +3 cast speed. Spell damage. That's like 60% damage for me right now. Cast speed is good. One, it just feels good because it's like a heavy rotation. But cast speed also scales Thrashing Vine's damage. It's 2 vines per cast time. So right now when I'm... And then I also use Rapid Casting 3. So base cast time, when it's fully buffed, just under half a second. So about 4 vines per second, and it'll do like single target every 0.5 seconds, so pretty much hit like the cast speed breakpoint there, basically. These are just for bleeding and ignite, probably the 2 worst things about this build. I've never taken any health damage to bleeding, even if I run a map that has bleed chance, which is for some reason doesn't seem to be a problem. And poison doesn't really matter because I'm almost chaos res capped. It doesn't do a lot of damage, and it goes through energy shield, so it doesn't stop me from recharging, which right now is 2.5k per second with less than 2 seconds recharge delay. The armor almost doubles because of bark skin and scavenged plating. And then for the gem setup, this is most of our damage. Just damage, damage. Accelerated growth is pretty insane. This scales with all the other support gems. So this, basically each plant gets one. These little purple pops. So it's like 450 to 700 for the base damage, and this is doing 300 to 450, so quite a bit. This also has accelerated growth, but this is set up for support. It's like, this is all armor break. That just makes them take more damage. I could add a couple more support things, like this could be like dazing on hit, but with my setup, my offhand, which is just the same, since you can lock them, curse magnitude, shock effect, and dazing, so that's the daze on hit. My offhand only cast vulnerability and thunderstorm, and then everything else is for damage. And then the weapon set 1 is like this cluster here, this cluster here. I would prefer if this was on both sets, but I added the daze, so that was my trade-off. And then all these little damage nodes up here, like this is weapon set 1, this is weapon set 1, this is weapon set 1. Very efficient skill tree because of the Oracle nodes. Like, you just get all these notables. There's still a couple more I want, but I'm going for Spiral into Depression with my next skill points. That's the tree. Thunderstorm is just AoE and duration. This makes it so that it's guaranteed to shock, which is kind of OP, honestly. And then this is just kind of a little extra damage. Doesn't really matter, but it's just kind of on theme. Tornado is just bonus damage. I still need another 6 link, but it's just kind of adding the rotation, because as long as the plants are up, which they always are, the entangle is basically like my auto attack. It does a little more damage when you actually hit them with the fissure. And then as long as the vines are up, you may as well be doing something else. So, just vulnerability and tornado. There's kind of a weapon swap bug. I don't know if it's a bug, but if I vulnerability, I'll get my burning thing, but I won't get it if I switch weapon sets before it procs. So, I can do fire tornado. Doesn't really matter. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a pure Phys build. Vulnerability hits pretty hard. Minus 30k armor. And they're always armor broken. So that is nice. And that's pretty much the build. I don't think there's anything too crazy. Just very efficient. I have like all the good hybrid nodes except for this, but I will have this by like 94, 93, which is kind of reasonable. And then I'll do a map here. They have a... This is just extra monster packs. So it's going to be like 30 plus extra packs. Over 50% pack size, basically, for rare and magic. This is monster crit, monster damage, monster fire damage, monster speed, monster ailment. Pretty rippy map. We're going to empower the boss. So I think that's the equivalent of doing one of these. Shit, that's just... And then we'll make it +1 level, so it's T16 with an abyss.
finds us all.
Full up.
I hope you know what you're doing. Detonation time.
Whales take hold! Fresh dead! Can it carry any more?